What's up, guys? Welcome to Sovereign Crypto. Thanks for watching, where we talk about everything crypto, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and just have fun while making money, trading Bitcoin, trading altcoins, trading crypto, right? So looking at Bitcoin, we saw Bitcoin move to the downside right now, hovering, what is it, $6,743 on Coinbase. So we were talking about the break of the Bollinger Bands, right? So we have the Bollinger Bands here. We were talking about how tight they were and some of the tightest they've been in recent time. And when they got that tight, it was followed by a move of quite a bit, 30%, right? We've already started to move and we're down around 15% from where that other high was. 15%, 10%, something like that. 13%, I think, is when I marked it. 13% from that high. So we're about halfway there. If we continue to drop, I mean, it takes us down pretty low if we do a 30% washout to around the $5,200 mark. I'm not sure we're going to get that far, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. But first, let's look at the Coin 360. Red across the board. Bitcoin dominance ticked up 67.3%. That's a little bit more, is around 66.5% yesterday. So it's almost a 1% increase. And it looks like, so people are moving out of alts into Bitcoin and into Tether. So even on that coin market cap, we saw the market cap drop. It was around 190 billion. Now it's around 184 billion. They're saying the dominance is 67.2%. Longs and the shorts. I like this blockchain whisper. I'm not promoting them, or I don't really know anything much about them other than I like how they outline the longs and shorts for Bitfinex, BitMEX, and Binance. And there's a little bit of a discrepancy here, right? So you can see Bitfinex, the longs are quite a bit more than the shorts. $300 million in longs, only 58 million in shorts. But then on BitMEX and Binance, it's almost the exact opposite. Shorts on BitMEX around 100 million more. You know, what is that, around a 20%, 30% more on BitMEX. And then the longs, and then on Binance, 73% shorts. Almost a complete polar opposite from Bitfinex. So the total of them is around, there's more longs, 57% longs, 42% shorts. So something to think about. And a lot of people post the Bitfinex charts, longs and shorts thing. We're going to have this big, like, where the longs are going to get squeezed. But then looking across the other platforms doesn't really look like that so much, right? So Bitcoin, we've moved to the downside. I was looking to get into a short position once those Bollinger Bands started to open up when we moved to the downside. I was not able to get my fill. I was hoping to get my fill around 7,000 or so. Didn't happen. That's okay. There'll be other trades. So I'm just watching, seeing how this price action goes. If we get a washout down to that 5,800 mark, I'll start scaling in there, and I'll show you why I chose that mark. So I'll talk about Ethereum in just a second there. So we're still in this descending wedge, this long multi-month descending wedge. Descending wedges are bullish, usually break to the upside. How do you like my arrow? So a lot different than the descending triangle that we found ourselves in 2017. And it's kind of interesting to note, 2 years ago today, we hit that all-time high, 17th of December. And now look where we're at, 2 years. On the 17th, not quite the same. But I'm definitely bullish on Bitcoin. Definitely bullish on Bitcoin. And even bullish in the midterm because of this descending wedge. We did break those Bollinger Bands, break down to the downside. So I think we'll see a little bit of downward pressure. But the move hasn't really been that explosive. We're still seeing volume, the volume initially ticked off, but we're still seeing the volume stay fairly low. We're not seeing a lot of volume in this. So, watching this, if we do get another break of that recent low of 6,500, the low back in January, then we will be seeing, maybe that drop down to that 6,200. What I'm hoping for is a wick below the trend line into that $5,800 mark before we push back up and get a break out of this descending triangle. That's just what I'm looking for. So XTZ, I think as a lot of you guys know, I'm bullish on XTZ. It's one of my larger long-term holdings. And we're still in the daily uptrend. We're still in the daily uptrend. We haven't lost the daily uptrend yet, right? It's just been a series of higher highs, so higher low. Excuse me, that was our bottom. Then we had a higher high, higher low, another higher high at 145, a higher low around that 116 mark, pushed up to another higher high, 165, made a higher low at 139 or so. And then now we hit that high, $1.86. And now we're consolidating and we're looking for that lower high. So as long we're going to look for that lower high, I don't think we're going to push down below that 140 mark, which is a break of the daily uptrend. Then we'll look for that higher, either another higher high pushing into all-time high territory, or a lower high and then looking to move down. If we do get another move down, I'm looking to start to scale in around the $1.45 mark, 47 mark, $1.47 in there, and holding for a swing into all-time highs with my stop at $1.40, which is the loss of that uptrend. I'm not going to be holding this for my swing trade position into a short-term downtrend, but long-term I'm bullish in Tezos. It did break into all-time highs on the XTZ ETH chart. Pretty cool, because that's what XTZ is going after. It's going after the Ethereum market share. They're both in smart contract platforms, where Ethereum was big in the ICO phase. Now we're moving into that STO phase. And it looks like XTZ is starting to capture a fair amount of that STO market on top of its really like cutting edge governance model. That was like the Achilles heel in the industry, right? Was governance of these tokens, where Ethereum really stumbled, was not able to really get that figured out, became very centralized in some of its decisions. And now where Tezos has a governance method that's across all the participants, and it's really been beautiful. They've already been making changes based on the government, so it's working. It's working, and I think it's revolutionary, and it really is solving that Achilles heel in the industry. So I'm really excited to see where XTZ goes here in the midterm. I want to check in with Matic here a little bit. So we were watching Matic, like I think a lot of you know. I took that trade. I ended up buying this dip around 190 is when my cost my fill average was around 190 or so. I took the majority of my profit around 270. So somewhere in this area right there, 270. And then I've been holding, right? And I was waiting for that 190 was gonna cut out there. But then I noticed we broke this descending wedge, which again is bullish. We didn't quite get the push up I was looking for. This is on the 60-minute chart, by the way. We saw a retest, which is good. And now we started to push up, and it moved this is when Bitcoin started to make its move down. And it hasn't moved really all that much. Bitcoin moved quite a bit. And Matic really hasn't lost much of its BTC value. Yeah, it lost some of its USD value, but not much of its BTC value. So I'm thinking we might have found a bottom in Matic for the short term and looking to get a push up. If we break down here, it looks like a washout. I'll cut out of my trade. It'll still be in profit, which that'll be great. Not as much profit as I wanted, but it will still be some profit. One thing as a result of this Matic dump, CZ from Binance has disabled margin shorting on altcoins when bad news comes out. What do you guys think of that? Personally, I don't even know if we should really be trading high margin on these altcoins to begin with, right? Like, that's one of the things that attract us to trading altcoins is their volatility. And now we're going to even add more volatility to those altcoins? I don't know, unless you're just like a degenerate day trader scalper and can do really well with that. I mean, it is a tough game to play. And he's only disabling the shorts, not the longs. So you can still long under a big dump, but you're not able to short. I don't know about that. So I'd love to hear what you guys think. What do you guys think? Share in the comments. Share, let me know. So I think that's really pretty much all I got for today. Really thank you guys for watching from Sovereign Crypto. Like, subscribe, follow. If I have a Discord group, free, so I give out my up-to-date trade alerts as they happen in Discord, so you can follow along if you're interested. And yeah, like, subscribe, comment if you have any comments, criticisms, questions, anything like that. Love to hear what you guys think, your opinions, all those things. So again, yeah, thanks for watching Sovereign Crypto. Have a great day. Thanks.